Hi everyone, this is Chris and I'm going to be demoing my drawing program that I wrote. This program runs on open frameworks and is interfaced externally through the SenselMorph, which is a multi-touch sensing touchpad. As of now, the SenselMorph API can send up to 16 points, each of which communicate a rotated ellipse centered at a given XY coordinate, along with the average force in that given area. These 16 translated and rotated ellipses form the basis of my drawing program. In each frame, each ellipse is used to form a mesh by either raising or depressing points mapped from the stencil to the mesh. I guess this will make more sense as I demo it, so here we go. So as you can see here, we have a mesh. It's your standard Open Frameworks mesh. You can rotate it and whatnot, and so you can kind of see at this angle that is in fact 3D. And when I press down on the SenselMorph, you can see that my fingerprint was sort of mapped onto the mesh at the given place where I press down on the morph. So I press over here, it shows up over there. I press in the corner, it shows up in the corner. So this forms the basis of the drawing program. You can tell that if I press down on a rotated angle, it will register and it'll say, oh, that's rotated, and this at this angle. And it also senses areas. So if I press down to my palm, it will see that my palm is a rather large ellipse, and it will register that. So you can really you can put down your whole hand, and you can kind of tell that this is in fact a handprint if you look at it from underneath. So you can kind of see what my hand looks like. Let's go back to normal view. On top of raising points, you can also depress them down by changing the mode by pressing M, and this will change your cursor color to red, and then you can start pushing points back down. You can also change the view by pressing the V button, and you can look at the mesh without the wireframe and just view it as a texture, and you can see all the colors changing based on whether or not the points are being lifted up or raised down, like such. The internal representation of my program is actually a frame buffer which holds images that are drawn to by the GPU, and we can actually see it here. This is actually what is representing the mesh right now. So if I draw with my fingers, you can see that it's actually just drawing ellipses into the frame buffer. And you'll notice every once in a while you get these long ellipses that kind of stretch across the screen. I'm not entirely sure what that's coming from. It happens every once in a while. It might be from sweaty hands, who knows. But this is probably something inherent in the hardware. But back to my point, the internal representation is actually a image buffer, and what the mesh is actually doing per frame so it makes more sense to just push it to the I'm just going to dive into the code really quickly. You can kind of think of this as